Welcome to the level where gods bleed. Imagine waking up one morning to find Earth destroyed, humanity forced into a deadly, televised dungeon crawl, and just when you think it can't get any worse, the gods show up. Not kind gods, not distant gods, but feral, broken, bloodthirsty gods, and they're trapped in the dungeon with you. Welcome to the Gate of the Feral Gods, Book 4 of Dungeon Crawler Carl, the point in the series where the chaos stops escalating and instead explodes. This is the book where survival isn't enough anymore. Now, Carl and Donut have to deal with divine madness, political manipulation, and a dungeon system that's starting to crack under its own cruelty. Let's dive in. Quick recap: where we are now. By the time Book 4 begins, Carl and his ex-girlfriend's talking cat, Princess Donut, are no longer confused newcomers. They're veteran crawlers, fan favorites on the intergalactic broadcast, and very, very dangerous. The dungeon is run by alien corporations for entertainment. Every floor has rules, themes, and traps. Death is content, suffering is profit. And Carl? He's stopped playing their game. He's playing a long one. The big idea of Book 4. If earlier books were about survival, this one is about power. Who has it, who pretends to, and what happens when beings who used to be gods are stripped of control and thrown into the same meat grinder as everyone else. This floor introduces something terrifying: the feral gods. Once worshipped, once mighty, now unstable, broken, and locked behind a mysterious gate. They are not bosses you simply defeat. They are forces of nature, unpredictable, emotional, and deeply dangerous. Think of wild animals that remember being kings. The setting: a floor that feels wrong. From the start, this dungeon floor feels off. The rules bend, the environment reacts strangely. Even the dungeon AI seems stressed, like a computer overheating while pretending everything is fine. Carl quickly realizes this floor wasn't designed for crawlers alone. It's a containment zone, and containment never lasts forever. Carl, from survivor to revolutionary. Carl's growth in this book is massive. Earlier, he reacted. Now he plans. He's learning how sponsorships really work. Viewer manipulation shapes outcomes. The dungeon's rules can be twisted. Carl understands something critical. The dungeon doesn't just kill people, it controls narratives. So Carl starts doing the unthinkable. He becomes unpredictable on purpose, not reckless, strategic chaos. He's still angry, still grieving Earth, but now that anger is focused, and that makes him dangerous. Princess Donut, the queen, levels up. Yes, she's still hilarious. Yes, she still cares deeply about her appearance and titles, but in this book, we see something new: leadership. Donut understands people. She reads social dynamics faster than Carl, and she knows how to perform for the audience and for allies. While Carl breaks systems, Donut controls rooms. She's not just comic relief anymore. She's a queen learning how to rule a war zone. The feral gods. Tragedy in monster form. Here's where Book 4 really shines. The feral gods aren't just enemies. They're victims of the same system, used, discarded, and locked away when they became inconvenient. Some are insane from centuries of isolation, desperate for worship, furious at their loss of power. Others are heartbreaking beings who remember kindness, but no longer know how to express it. Carl realizes something unsettling. The dungeon doesn't just break humans, it breaks everyone, even gods. Action, strategy, and controlled mayhem. Don't worry, this is still Dungeon Crawler Carl. There are brutal fights, clever trap use, absurd weapons, unexpected teamwork. But the action here feels smarter. Every fight has consequences. Every victory draws attention. Carl isn't just fighting monsters, he's poking the dungeon itself, testing how far it can be pushed before it snaps. And something is snapping. The dungeon AI cracks in the mask. One of the most fascinating parts of this book is the dungeon's governing intelligence. It's supposed to be neutral, efficient, unemotional, but in Book 4, it shows stress, it hesitates, it makes mistakes. Carl notices, and once you see the cracks, you can't unsee them. The dungeon isn't a god, it's a machine pretending to be one. Themes beneath the blood. Under all the explosions and dark humor, this book asks big questions. What makes someone worthy of power? Is entertainment built on suffering ever justified? And what happens when the oppressed learn the rules better than their oppressors? At its heart, The Gate of the Feral Gods is about systems that eat their creators. The dungeon, the gods, the corporations, none of them are as safe as they think. Why this book changes the series. Book 4 is the turning point. After this, Carl is no longer just a contestant. The dungeon is no longer fully in control. The audience is no longer passive. The crawl becomes something else. Not just a game, a rebellion broadcast live across the galaxy. Final wrap-up. So what's the core message of The Gate of the Feral Gods? Even gods can be broken. Systems built on cruelty eventually fail, and sometimes the most dangerous thing you can do is refuse to play by the story you're given. If you enjoy dark humor, smart action, emotional depth, and a main character who learns how to fight power with intelligence instead of brute force, this book delivers hard. Before you go, this summary gives you the shape of the story, but not its full soul. If you want the jokes, the shocking twists, the emotional punches, and the unforgettable moments, I highly recommend picking up The Gate of the Feral Gods by Matt Dinniman on Amazon, especially in audiobook form. The narration is fantastic. And stick around, we're bringing you one clear, honest audiobook summary every day, so you never waste your money on a book without knowing what it's really about. Until next time, stay curious and watch out for feral gods.